the question is, why are the rest of us not doing a social media video?
I was gonna do it, but it was an accident, so I'm just like.
That was Friday, we had a team meeting on Monday.
I know, but I didn't do open house, it was.
Bold says reasons or results,
Yeah.
and you can't have both.
I
So-
didn't have
Does
that.
social media have to
Did
be
you
on
get
my
a lead in
personal,
yet?
because I did it on my
Huh?
work?
Did you get a lead?
Doesn't matter, I wanna see your mugshot on
Yeah.
social media,
Okay.
about, talking about real estate.
Because she has more friends than I do.
Yep, so, alright, lead gen calls. If you're not licensed,
Oh.
go see,
Can I?
you are high today, aren't you?
Sorry, I have some, so, on the situation of my accident, somebody I met, the security guy at the parking lot, shared my videos on his page,
Good,
so.
and you set an appointment for him to buy a home.
Yeah.
Alright, lead gen, if you're not licensed and you're in pre-licensing, make sure you go see Arsenio. If you're licensed, make sure you go see Brandon or your team leader. I want to hear your calls. I want to make sure that we are having great conversations and we're getting better. Does anybody not have access to CTE now? I think everybody on the team has access to CTE.
The back end or the front?
Yes, even Bettina has access
Like-
to lead gen.
Okay.
Yeah, and then, is anybody having problems getting into the front end of CTE? Don't show. Anybody having problems getting into the front end of CTE?
To put our numbers in?
No,
To
just
look at
to be able to look at everything.
Oh, I haven't tried the
I
new link.
do.
I never tried.
I just can log in and put in my numbers, but I can't see anything.
That's
not
the lead gen part.
Oh.
So I sent
what we
you,
That's mine.
and Patty a copy of the link this morning. Forward that out to the agents so they can all get in and look at it. Okay, don't click the edit button, but you can see everything, you can go
Okay.
through it. So we are already rolling out 2019 CTE,
Mhm.
and there is a new lead gen accountability portal that you and I will go through. It's kind of like the 135 CGI calculator,
Okay.
that's just for the agents. My goal is to use it.
That's for 2019?
Yeah, my goal is to use that when we do our 2019 buyer, 2019
Thank you.
business plan. Okay?
Do we have it? Never mind.
What?
It's probably gonna come up in here, so.
Most likely it will. 411. So some of you, I haven't had a 411 in a few weeks. I can now say that I've had a 411 with all of the agents, so that's good.
I didn't.
And well, I had a 411 with you. I need another 411.
Yeah.
So moving forward, Brandon, first week in the month, either if the month starts in the middle of the week, end of the previous month, Craig will sit down and have a 411 with all of the agents. You'll be there.
Okay.
And then week 2, 3, 4, and 5, if there is 5 weeks, you can run the 411 with the team leader and or Amelia. Okay? So I'll do a 411 with everybody once a month. We'll kind of articulate, set goals, make sure that we're hitting it, create accountability, and then your team leaders will run the second, third, and fourth week.
The 411s I do with ISA, is it with Patty's involved or is it?
It'll be the same thing. So Patty does her own 411 that is just database related and talks about calendars, talks about all that. She'll feed me information if I need to bring it up in a somebody who's not licensed in a pre-licensed situation, and I'll go through that. Okay, any questions on that? All right, so blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Bold homework. Anybody having issues with their bold homework?
Just region, right?
I've been gone the last 2 bowls. Did you pick up my packet last week?
I picked up the packet 2 weeks ago. It's in your box.
Okay, I had an excused absence last week and he already knew about it, so is my packet like somewhere else then?
Somebody, because your team leader brought
Okay,
me.
so I'll-
No, sorry. Somebody brought me something for one of you guys in the room. I think it was somebody who was ill.
Was it me?
It might have been, yeah, maybe it was you.
Okay.
I picked up yours because you asked me to the first week.
Yeah.
So I picked it up. It is in
Okay,
your box.
no
I
worries.
didn't
I'll
do
figure
anything
out
last
what it
week.
is. Okay,
But if you need to see like my book or something,
Yeah.
to see it, I'm all about
okay,
that.
cool, thank you.
Okay, and there is no
Try.
bold tomorrow.
Oh.
There is bold next Tuesday. I will not be in bold next Tuesday unless they tell us that the ALC, there's a calendar issue with the ALC. So all of the ALC nationwide are all meeting in Vegas. and we're getting ready for 2019. I believe it's Tuesday, but I see it on my calendar for Wednesday. So if I'm not at Bold on Tuesday, you all know why.
ALC, could you explain?
Agent Leadership Committee,
Oh.
so we run the offices.
Oh, okay.
Everybody from all of the Keller Williams nationwide are all meeting. It's a clinic so that we can better our market centers for next year, and it's at Green Valley Ranch. If I'm there, it means it was switched to Wednesday. If I'm not there, you know it was on Tuesday, okay?
I'm glad you said something, cause I was.
I know, you would've got worried and,
No, I was gonna be at Bold tomorrow.
yeah, there's no Bold tomorrow.
I know, I'm glad you said it, cause I would've been over there like, hell is everybody?
Cause the guy's car is like.
No, for real, I just want any excuse to drive.
Can I get a ride?
Sure.
Alright, moving on.
I will happily
So-
pick you up.
I'm gonna run through this and then I'll just call on the leadership to go through, but next team meeting, we're gonna have the agenda broken into, sections, and you guys will just run your own sections. So, who is our appointments set and held winner for the week?
Shannon.
Oh, by the way, here's the homework. There we go. Alright, so Shannon, 2 claps for Shannon. She's not here. Remind me when she comes in to give her her 25
I
bucks.
can bring it home.
No, it's okay.
I can keep it safe in my pocket. Spend it better.
Business planning. So we need to have a business planning meeting. What works best for everybody? Start thinking about it.
Next Monday.
I would like to do it not next week, the week after. So the week of the first week of December would work.
So
Worst
instead-
case, second week of December. We can't go past the second week of December.
The third?
What about instead of a team meeting, business planning?
That's what I was gonna say, but let's
I'm
do
good
it
with that.
instead of the training, and then we could still have our
It's
team
gonna be
meeting.
a half day. It'll take half day to go through it. We're gonna
Okay.
get really intentional.
I'd say a Monday would work.
On the first week.
So why don't we do that? Why don't we do it for the team meeting on the third?
Because everybody has
Yes,
to be here
perfect,
anyway.
because
Yeah.
December
I
3rd?
think that's the easiest.
So
Krispy Kreme. Krispy
How about
Kreme.
you guys cook and we create a potluck?
ooh.
Marcus
Oh.
Stewart
I have no
supplies the
problem
lasagna.
cooking. I don't either.
I'll make chili.
Okay.
It's easy.
Potluck?
Business planning slash potluck for the team.
That's a
chili
good
sauce.
idea. Hey, I like that idea, cause it's team, it's business planning. Yeah, why don't everybody brings a dish.
Yeah.
Sign up.
Ross will do a sign-up
Ooh,
sheet.
I'll bring some ramen.
Can we buy it?
Yes, you can buy it. And if you don't cook, and you don't want to cook, maybe wait until the end to figure out what we're missing.
Or give somebody some.
Or bring
throw some
drinks or
food.
something.
Let's make a spreadsheet.
Okay.
But if you
Do we have any
can't cook,
vegetarians?
which I know you guys can cook.
Who is you guys? No.
I can cook.
Okay. All right, so Ross, you run that. You're the point person. Let's have it wrapped up by Friday. And so we're gonna do it on
December 3rd.
December 3rd. What I'm trying to think about is, can we get the room all morning? And that's a question for Dale Snyder's team. So maybe reach out to Karen, who is Dale's admin. She's in this corner office over here.
Okay.
And see if
Yeah.
they're using the team room on that Monday morning. Okay? All right, moving on. Everybody has a teamtiffy.com email address, right?
Yes.
And everybody's using it.
Now we-
Yes.
Well, I think it's being forwarded.
As long as,
So
so
yes.
leadership is going to only email to the Team Tiffy. So I just want to make sure we overcome any obstacles now.
You can forward your Team Tiffy to whatever email
Okay.
address you're using now.
Okay.
Okay.
So we talked about it this morning, 15th protocol. I'm sorry that I was a little overly direct, but I'm passionate about you guys making your money. I'm passionate about you getting off your asses and doing what you need to do. I'm just gonna be dad right now. We're all in this together. We went from 10 escrows to 3 escrows to 1 escrow.
Not great.
What is that telling us? I mean, are we behind the shift or are we in front of the shift? And we have to constantly ask ourselves that question. Okay, so let's just get transparent and get real with each other and let's double down. That's what's important. That's the only thing that matters right now. Goal for November is what? 30. We're at 1. You want to talk about pressure on Sharon's shoulders? Jesus. Yeah.
Good job.
Let's get purposeful. Let's get purposeful. Listings, I'm not exactly sure what you
It's
wrote.
on the, it's on the.
Craig?
You should have pressed it
Brandon?
as he was talking. Oh,
Congratulations on that closing, Brandon, 2 claps.
Oh, where is it?
4 listings in escrow. Spartanburg, it looks like we're doing pretty well on that. Broad River, we talked about it already. Tour New Build, Thomas Patrick, we're not even counting that, that's a charity. That's a charity contract, and then Rolling Brook, that doesn't close until what, February?
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
Earliest.
yeah, it's a little,
Need to drive by there tonight, actually.
it's a little down the road. When you're dealing with buyers and you're taking them out there are some awesome deals right now on new construction.
4%.
There's some great deals. I saw one that's 6% to the buyer's agent.
Wow.
6% commission to a buyer's agent on standing inventory. So when you're working with buyers,
I'm gonna go with that one.
do not just look at new, don't look at resale. Like also take their price point and go
New
and pull the new
construction.
construction.
So is Don Breeze back up for sale or is it a rental?
It's not expired yet.
I refuse to take it off the market.
And he
They
knows
put a
that.
renter in there. So I did the renter withdrawal, but they haven't signed my withdrawal paperwork for the listing, and so I refuse to take it off the market.
Okay. And then Desert Haven's expiring soon?
Good. That one, there's lock boxes.
There's
Oh,
only
wait a
a
minute,
lot.
hold on, which is the one you guys talked to?
Chris, it's
Desert Haven. Don
Yeah, so
Breeze is
that-
Tracy's.
Yeah, so Desert Haven, I haven't done anything with, I've just
And
left.
There's
it.
no
I
lock
think it's
boxes.
no-show. I
Tracy,
think it's
wasn't
she
no-show on
there the
MLS
end of this
too.
month?
Okay,
Okay,
Is it-
that
Alright.
expires at the end of this month.
Mhm.
and by the way, we just reduced Patrick down to 565.
Wow.
And real quick, a little bit of housekeeping. They went into the property and they said that there is flyers in there for 595,000. There's flyers in there for 600 and something. It's our job as agents on the team to do a little logistical housekeeping when we go into a property. We know we have a listing, call me, text me, or if you see, we haven't had this price in 6
It's like-
weeks, take the papers out of there.
Yeah, I think
Get rid of
because
them.
like we gonna do an open house there and we left there and then like she said, you said like we should cancel the open houses and we never went back there to take it off the paper.
Well, why are we
I
canceling
can
it
cancel
open?
an open house.
No, like he says like we've been doing too many open houses
Why?
and
So, back up. What makes us think we're doing too many open
No,
houses?
she's saying
And
too
it's-
many in Patrick.
and
Okay.
Because
Patrick.
we did like, I think I remember you saying something
Yeah.
like that.
And I would say like, okay, I'm gonna stop, me and Josephine like, let's stop doing open house there for, until the price is gonna be adjusted again.
So what I hear you tell me is, are we getting the results at the open houses we are doing?
Yes,
There's no such thing as doing too many or not doing enough.
Yeah.
The question is, hey, we've been doing open houses at Patrick for the last 3 weeks. How many leads have we gotten from that versus the cost that we're spending to go to the open
yeah,
houses?
I got a lot of leads.
So
from
that's
them.
the question.
Yeah, the last open house we didn't got a lot of leads.
Okay.
But the first open houses,
I got it.
we got a lot.
So that is what, we as business
Yeah.
people, we say, hey, I did an open house and I only had
Yeah.
2 people show up. Okay,
Yes.
are we marketing it? Are we
So
putting
now
open
the
house
price
signs?
is down, I would like to do another one there, you
Great,
know,
so
yeah.
let's schedule it, let's make it, for this weekend.
Mhm. Not this weekend, it's Thanksgiving weekend.
And
The best.
I sell more homes, guys, during holidays. Listen up,
I'm doing one on Sunday.
I sell more homes during holidays than I do any other time of year.
Yeah, but I have family, so I can't do this.
Nobody's pointing the finger at you, Fernandez, saying you have to do the open house.
Mhm.
I sell more homes during the holidays
Mhm.
than I do the rest of the year. Activity per day.
Yeah.
Because people have nothing going on. Decisions are made around turkey that, I'm gonna move to Vegas and be with my kids.
Yeah, I'll do the week after.
I'll do an open house this weekend.
Okay. Alright, moving on.
I thought you need 7 days though.
Today's Monday. Saturday,
Like-
6 days. Sunday, 7 days. Are you doing an open house?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Technically, you only need 5, it's a team standard, that's 7.
That is correct. That is correct.
Well, if you're doing open house,
Can you get
this is
7
an
days
idea
worth
with you, cause, me and Greg were talking about doing something for Black Friday, to entice the buyers.
People who work in their business will schedule their open houses a week in advance. And that's the habit that we're creating.
Gotcha.
When somebody says, you know what, I have nothing going on Friday, and I'm gonna work in my business, you better believe that somebody who's talented is going to schedule an open house. They're going to door knock, they're gonna get on the phone and prospect, because they'll do whatever they need to do to run their business. So if somebody walks in today and says, oh, we did a price adjustment, and they can see an opportunity, say, wow, it's reduced 15, right? Or what were we at?
590 to 565.
No, 580.
I'll say 15.
Yeah, $15,000. Their little wheels start spinning. They're like, oh, I'm gonna do an open house. Cause that's enough to put a resurgence of activity into that property. In 5 days, I'm okay. On my listing that I have all the information on, I'm okay with that. But if somebody came to me and said, hey, I wanna do an open house in 2 days, I would still promote them to do the open house, cause I
It's
celebrate
just-
the activity.
There's certain things that we need to give the team a
Mega, yeah, mega open house, highest opportunity and results for the effort you're putting in, 7 days.
Also, it's what you're doing at the open house.
Sure. Alright, moving on, Uber conference. We are way out of whack on this, guys, by the way. I'm just making sure that, what else is going on here? Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uber conference, what was the question on Uber conference? Oh, I would like everybody to make sure you set up an account, so that we don't just look at Uber conference from a phone number perspective. Like create an account, put your photo up there.
I don't even think you necessarily need to set up an account, but
You
when you sign into it,
Sign in with Facebook or something?
well, if you sign in, I know for a fact if you sign in with your computer every morning, you can type in your name and your phone number, and your name will for sure pop up.
I always go on my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It asks to give your name.
Okay. Yeah, otherwise create an account or
Yeah.
sign up one time, cause I think it'll.
Cause I've never set an account up, but when I go in there, it pulls my picture from somewhere.
Cause I think you were originally logged in from Facebook.
It pulls
That
my
might have
picture
been what it was.
Yeah. Okay, so, communicate with brevity. So I went in and did some compliance checking, Patty's smiling, over the weekend. And I saw agents that hadn't logged into brevity in over 48 hours. And I saw 2 of those agents who hadn't logged into brevity in 48 hours have a new lead. You can imagine how I felt. So it is so important, A, when we create our calendar, to be honest on our calendar. It's cool, take a vacation, go and take care of family and friends and God and all that stuff. Put it on your calendar so that she can turn you off from leads. Because the worst thing is you're on vacation, this didn't happen, I'm just gonna use Sharon as the example because she's in the room. Sharon's unplugged for a week, she's doing something personal. What would happen if she got 2 leads during the week and nobody ever responded to them? Maybe they're leads that came in from her own lead gen activity, something. So be honest on your calendar so that she can go, you know what? She's on vacation, I'm gonna turn them off from leads so that we don't have a lead issue. And we're just gonna give them to somebody else, because it all reciprocates, it always comes back around. You know,
Did you want my lead?
whoever got a lead who maybe, you know, wasn't supposed to is gonna get one because they're on vacation next time. But I was more concerned about seeing some agents not logging in. I mean, one person was like 2 weeks, right? Yeah,
Oh.
I do have a question on that.
like,
because
you know what happens to my heart?
I keep mine logged in, does it say
Yeah.
that, or can you see
I was
activity?
just
that
gonna
was
bring that
made?
up.
So I check login and I check last activity.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I do understand that, I mean, it showed me logging in more than I could have ever logged in. I'm like, this isn't true. Other people are logging in under my name so they can manage the database.
Got it.
But I have one lead. I have one lead that's now been shared with somebody else. But I know how many leads I have. And when I get a lead, I pass it off. I'm like, why did I get this lead? And I give it to Patty and she reassigns it to you guys. So please, 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 be really purposeful with your calendar. Some of you submitted your calendars on Sunday and you got an email from Patty or I that said, this is awesome. It's last week's calendar. Please go ahead and update it and please resubmit it. So that does not count that you submitted your calendar,
Yeah.
especially with the holidays.
Happy that everyone, well, most of the
Yeah, most of you guys are like coming in on Thursday. Awesome, cool.
I gotta dialing for dollars.
Love
Gonna
that.
vote tomorrow.
I would never tell you no.
My fault.
Remember, it's God, family, then business.
So, I forgot this Thursday was Thanksgiving.
I knew
So
it.
that's my fault.
I didn't know.
Yeah, mine's on there.
So just be really real with your calendar. Be really, really real with it. Because we're watching it, we're looking at it. I mean, how you participate in here is how you participate everywhere. And so we have to believe that if you're just phoning in your calendar, all right, are you really working in your business? I can go back and say, well, how many deals have you done? How many leads have you converted? How many hours have you plugged in? Like, it's probably a fraction of a bigger problem. And that's okay, we all go through it, but I'm not gonna overlook it. I look at all of your calendars. I look at my own calendar. You know, I'm only preaching what I practice. I'm only preaching. I went into Sharon this morning at 8 o'clock because I have on my calendar that she and Ed and I were meeting. And my ass was here, and I was ready for my meeting. And so when she got in at like 10:45, you know, I'm like, what's going on?
Is that here?
Yeah, 'cause
No,
she
Ed wasn't
when
here.
I go- yeah.
So, come to find out, oh, sorry, it's Wednesday morning. Great, it's on my calendar, I'm glad we fixed it, I'll see you Wednesday morning at 8 a.m. Oh, and by the way, I have on my calendar that you're gonna come in and meet the team at 11:30, are you still coming in? Yes, I'll be there at 11:30, great. Sure as shit, she walks in at 11:30, she takes care of business. So professional people will hold each other accountable, it's not personal. Like, they wanted to meet with me at 8 o'clock in the morning, I put it on my calendar, it's now Wednesday, that's great, no problem. Yeah.
Is there any way that, like, when your calendar changes throughout the week, how can I convey that to Patty? Because, for example, my schedule for the rest of today has already changed in
Okay.
terms of appointments, but I sent her something completely different for the week. Because my schedule changes a lot, like,
Sure.
so should I be conveying that to Patty as well throughout the week then? Since we send a PDF export as opposed to sharing?
So, I will let Patty talk about that.
Okay.
I'm not beyond people sharing their calendar. You're held accountable to sending your calendar.
Okay, like a link?
But it doesn't mean that you can't keep it shared
Okay.
with the team.
Okay.
I don't have a problem with that.
I figured as much. Okay.
There is value though in somebody
Yeah.
snapshotting their calendar for the week
Yeah.
and saying, this is my business, and sending it to someone.
Okay.
That's huge. And instead of, oh, well, I always put stuff in and oh, I forgot. No, it's not as transparent when you're just, like my calendar, Ross hands me my calendar every single morning. There's something about being able to look at my calendar for the day or for the week and go, ooh, this isn't gonna work. Oh, this is a problem. Oh, I need to move this. Then if I just look at my phone, like I miss stuff.
Yeah.
People are like, hey, can I meet with you in 3 weeks from now at 2 o'clock? I'm like, yeah, sounds like a plan. And I go in my, oh crap, I have a doctor's appointment. Oh, I got this, I got that. So I love having something physical at least once a week,
Okay.
kind of a week in a glance. So Patty, how do you want them to address that?
They can just change it with the tag that something changed, and I can dig into the calendar that they share. I'm okay with it. I just need the screenshots for their calendar every Sunday before 8 p.m. If something changes, we have an emergency or anything, just let me know, and I'll let leaders know as well.
Yeah, and I guess if you're going in and changing your,
Hi everyone, Chef on the road is here if you'd like to grab something to eat. Thank you.
and I guess if you're going into your calendar to make a change, how hard is it to screenshot it and just resend it?
Yeah.
I
It just
understand
keeps
it's not
going.
that hard, it's more of the fact of like, every single time it gets changed, it's. 'cause
Maybe
they
at
go
the
to-
end of the night,
Okay, alright,
something like that. I mean,
No
yeah,
problem.
good question. I constantly change my calendar.
yeah,
So I understand the pain.
I think the quickest way to resolve that problem, you screenshot it once at the beginning of the week, share the calendar with everybody if that
yeah,
needs
if
to
you
see
want,
it.
yeah.
And then if they wanna go in and check to see if anything's been updated, they can go check to see if it's
I
been
like that,
updated.
yeah,
Just
it's
screenshot and
okay.
send it at the beginning of the week, so it's not a constant exercise of
Cool,
sending
You good with
50
that?
emails.
Yeah? Cool.
thank you.
Moving on. So that's brevity. So Patty is taking over transactions at this point, so she'll be doing the TC work as well. It's a natural marriage for her because she already is communicating with our database. She's already following up on behalf of the agents in contract. And this would just allow her to solidify that relationship and keep it going until they decide to buy or sell or refer again. So she's going to be putting the transactions in Brevity. She's going to be putting the calendar dates in there. She and I have already gone through a 3-hour training on Dotloop. She's in Brevity. We have had conversations with Brevity, and they're going to do another training, right?
Yes,
And that training is going to be based off of transactions.
yes.
So the transactions tab. Also, she's going to be doing a mastermind with Mitch Schwartz's database manager, who's also on Brevity. And we are going to create a office mastermind with John McNamara's team, our team, and Mitch Schwartz's team, provided Mitch agrees, on Brevity, because we're all on Brevity. And so there's so much more to Brevity that we're not necessarily diving into just because it's a lot to swallow at one time. And it's a great accountability tool, and I want to get people into it. So just keep that in the back of your head. If you haven't watched the videos, if you haven't played in the back end of Brevity, get in there, spend some time in there, because as a team, we're going to be using it more. Service first. You want to talk about that? You? Service first? It's on here. Like.
Sorry, that's an old agenda. We couldn't find the updated one.
Oh, all right. So service first, guys.
Awesome.
Car
service
first?
Well, no, service first is our sign company and the photography and all that. Service first residential.
okay.
Not first service. All right. So Brandon, you're up.
Hey guys, how's everyone doing?
Good.
Cool.
Great.
All right, so I just wanted to talk a little bit about, so we've been doing the fire teams for 1 week now. It seems like communication needs to be improved a little bit throughout the teams. So everybody that's on a team, I want you to now start, I mean, I know the team leaders are going to be reaching out to you, but I want communication with your team leader to be very fluid and very constant. Because the team leader needs to know exactly what's going on in your business so he can help you. And if they have any questions, they can come to me or Craig. The biggest issue that I think we're running into, and we talked a little bit this morning on the conference call, we need to really dedicate a lot more of our time to lead gen and staying on topic with what we're doing on our lead generation. Because we have it on our calendars, we have it time blocked, but we're just not getting the activity done, and that's the most important thing that we're here for. That's the reason we're in business. And the reason we come here is because we want a better life, a life that we want to live, and then, not one by default. So let's really get serious about lead generating over these next couple of weeks into the new year, because we have very big goals coming up next year. So that's it. Any questions for me? No? Okay.
Moving on. Real quick. All right, Patty. What would you like to say?
Please don't forget about your notes and your database. I don't want to have the last conversations that I have with some of the agents about database. I don't see any activity on some of you guys. There are agents that are not even calling their new leads. And please follow up with your leads. I already said we are not on the middle of the shift. We are not starting a shift. We are there. And if we don't get in contact with past clients and Sphere, believe me, you're not gonna have a paycheck on January or February. And I had a conversation with you, Craig, and some of the agents. So if you need anything from me on database or anything, just let me know. I'm here for you guys. But please talk, because believe me, some people they think I'm a witch, but I'm not. I'm not. So please do it. Just get in contact with me if you guys need me.
Doesn't B come before W?
So, on
She's
the,
like,
on the non-communication thing, I've had it happen twice where I haven't gotten a new lead and I called from my phone. Like the app from my phone and it never showed up that he was called and texted.
Okay.
I just don't know.
So that's a great question for brevity,
Okay.
and make a note about it. And if you know it did you just go in and put the note in when you got a chance?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right. Also,
Because it happened twice, and I know, and I do thank Patty for doing what she does and going in there, but it just makes it look like I'm not following up on or not calling within the first 5 minutes
Yeah.
of getting the new lead.
okay. All right. Good point. Does everybody in the room, by show of hands, have the app downloaded? Brevity app. Obviously. Okay. So everybody in the room has the app, so that's good. Let's keep working on that. So Arsenio, you're up.
Oh, shit.
He said I'm up.
Talk what?
He's like, oh.
I could prove it. I ain't gonna lie. Well, for the ISAs, I want you guys to be like on it. When I mean by on it is make your time worth it. If I'm making 100, 200 calls a day, there's no reason why you guys shouldn't be. If you're here at 9 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock in the morning, make that time count. We're also introducing, today I'm actually gonna teach them about tax liens, which is also gonna be pushing you guys to have more properties to deal with. So tax liens is one thing. We're also working with notes of default with Mitch. Another thing that we're also gonna be pushing is probates. So if you guys don't know anything about that, talk to me or Craig, and we can kind of walk you guys through it. But it's also a big opportunity to make some money.
Tax liens, is that just selling to
So what it is,
compensate the tax?
basically, what it is if it's at a certain high tax lien, right, the county can actually foreclose on you. And a lot of
Gotcha.
people don't know that.
Okay.
So people are sitting at $60,000 worth of tax liens, and the moment it hits in there, all of a sudden the county's like, hey, you're foreclosed on.
Okay.
And a lot of people are kind of just like blindsided.
So it's a foreclosure, it's a type of foreclosure process. Okay.
So what is your approach? Are you guys trying to offer an investment or?
Yeah, that's where me
Okay.
and Brendan are working on, exactly, we're trying to work out the kinks.
Okay,
But
awesome.
I think it's a good way to actually start generating, because no matter what, even if we're on a downshift or upshift, people are still gonna lose their houses, people still can't pay their bills. So we need a way to actually still have that generation.
I actually would love to know more about this because this is something I've been wanting to get into. So.
Yeah, I actually am gonna be teaching and training them at 1 o'clock.
Okay, awesome.
Do you guys wanna know about it?
And schedule an appointment for Omar to come back. Brandon, maybe you can reach out to him.
Yeah, I will.
Because then he can give you some, what he's willing to pay for, what he's not.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, we need to establish contact with him again. And then, who's another big one that we work with? I know Josh Galindo, he's not gonna have time to come into the office, will he?
Well, you
I mean,
said he will,
Josh-
yeah, Josh will come in anytime we want him
Josh
to.
is kind of like up in the air kind of
But
person.
Josh has his own brokerage, he would just be a buyer. Omar, we can quadruple in, so there's always a benefit to
Okay.
us. Amelia, you're up.
Well, you took all my stuff, cause my articles slides. But anyways, guys,
Can you just go back?
no, he already talked about it.
Oh,
It's okay. What's our goal? 30. Congratulations, Brandon. We talked about it. It's okay. It's okay. So Dialing for Dollars, guys, whoever was here, last Dialing for Dollars, good job. Amazing. We had a room full. It was lit. It was amazing, and I'm so proud of
It
you
was
guys.
lit, fam.
Lit fam.
Yeah, it was amazing. So I'm proud of you guys. How many leads did we end up 30?
37 leads.
37, yeah.
37 appointment sets, sorry, 37 appointment sets.
So that was, we had people from other offices in here. We
I
had.
know,
It was
the guy
amazing.
on my team, JR was here, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
and it was amazing. So I'm like, it just made me feel good being here. I even set 3 appointments, guys. 3 appointments, so. Anyways, on shirts, please don't think I am procrastinating on shirts. For some reason, these people don't know what Center Team Tiffy on the t-shirt means. So I have to keep refusing and sending it back. I'm hoping that we finally got it taken care of, and we should be getting them next week, once I get that proof. So we should be getting our t-shirts next week,
So
okay?
they're gonna rush them now for your charge?
I'm hoping, because it's just been a hassle with these people, but anyways, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that they get it right this time. I don't know if they're just starting in one of their first people.
No,
but
they're a big company.
for some reason, they just cannot get it right on our shirts, but that's okay. A lot of you guys have met Ross, our new assistant. He's doing amazing. Please be patient, guys. We've lost a lot of, our information that we've had. Our agenda we had to pull from last, when was it?
Maybe you lost it.
It's just not, it's gone,
accessible.
it's gone, okay? So you guys saw that our office has been moved. We are starting fresh. We are reorganizing everything so we know where everything is. So just bear with us. Any questions that you guys might have, just come to us. Be patient. As far as open houses, our sign guy will be out on Saturday only, and I've let everybody know in here for almost a week, 2 weeks, because
So do we need somebody to do, sign placement on Sunday if an agent wants to do an open house?
Saturday, only Saturday.
Do
He'll
we
be
need
back.
somebody else to do sign placement on Sunday if an agent wants to do an open
You
house?
guys wanna do an open house? I talked to, Sharon,
I
and
just offered to do it myself if there was no one available.
but if there's someone available that can do it, by all means. The signs are at my house. You guys, I'll give you my garage door opener. You guys can go in and pick them up and just put them back.
Take the garbage out while you're there.
Take the garbage, feed the dogs. We're only gonna be gone for that day.
I don't mind insisting on that if you guys need any kind of
So,
signs. It's not a-
If you guys need,
So you're only gonna be gone for this Saturday?
just that Saturday, he has that dentist appointment and he will go and come back.
Got it.
So Sunday, if there's an open house, he'll be available for that day, okay? So, let's schedule those open houses, and that's pretty much it, guys, just,
And I would like to see open houses on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at Patrick. If anybody wants to do it, and if we can solidify that today, I'll send out some email blasts and all that.
now remember, we
Just-
do have Diane, one of our new, she's gonna be one of our new agents.
I
She
think she
wants-
tests tomorrow, I think, or
Mhm.
something.
She's on
When is
test.
today?
No.
She's
Oh, is it?
Studying today.
Oh,
She's
okay.
studying today, okay? So if you guys can touch base with her, she does wanna accompany one of you guys to start doing open houses as well, okay?
Okay, I'll be there on Sunday, 10 to
Okay.
1.
So,
It's already,
good, so
yeah.
Sunday, so now we need a Friday and Saturday to work through Ross on that.
Josephine is Friday, so, right?
And Brandon will be Saturday.
Josephine will
Friday.
probably be able to do Friday and Saturday, cause I know on her calendar she requested to be scheduled
Yes.
for Friday and
Okay,
Saturday.
great. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay, so let's,
Events.
yeah, go through your events. So for those of you who don't know, and Ross, please send out an email. Next Tuesday, we have Bold. After Bold, we have the escape room, which is near the Strip. Do we know the exact,
Airport, I think, is like.
is it near the
I
airport?
think somebody looked it up and said, wow, it's in the airport.
Okay.
I
Fair enough. So it's going to be near there. And then following that, we have a party at my house. Okay? So it'll be when people show up. It's a little more fluid. There will be a taco truck there.
Mechanical bull.
It's gonna be a
although I
rager.
saw on Facebook that they posted a different type of mechanical animal. And I thought that would have been cool, huh? The what?
That's dangerous.
I liked it. Didn't anybody see it? on Facebook?
I don't think so.
I don't know, I'm like, is there a joke in the room? I
Yeah.
can't-
I know.
There is, yeah, I don't wanna be,
I can take a few guesses.
I didn't know they made them. I thought, can we order 2 of them and send them out and rent them out? So, at my house, the address is on the flyer. He's going to resend out the flyer. It's a +1 without any, approval. If you want to bring anybody else with you to my house, just let Amelia know. Like, some of you wanted to bring your kids, some of you wanted to bring,
A day.
+2. I'm okay. We just need to know so that we don't get too extreme on the food count, because we're paying a per person.
So,
So just
is this
let
one-
Ross know how many people are going together. That's it.
Something about food is what she said.
She like food, she loves food.
So anyways, my house, everything's provided. You just show up. Do not judge me on the front and backyard of my house, please. I almost didn't have it in my house because it's not done, and so I just don't want anybody judging me.
$15 per person, 100 a door.
Yeah.
That's the wrong email.
No, that's the wrong one. So this, I brought it up. So this is the Christmas party. This is the
Have a bouncer.
Marketplace's holiday party at Dragon Ridge Country Club.
Okay.
We do it every year. I do recommend that if you're going to go, get your ticket online on Eventbrite sooner rather than later. It's $15. They only do the $100 because A, there's a maximum space allowed, and there's a minimum on the catering. So if you're gonna show up at the last minute, they're gonna charge us more, so they're just gonna charge you more. And that's Terry's saying, but it's for both market centers. So I do encourage everybody to go.
You say 15?
Even if you're not at the office yet, and you wanna go, we'll go on to the Eventbrite. It's a great way to hang out, dress up. You know, it's not formal, but it is classy. I mean, it's, you know, it's white glove and linens and all that stuff. So it's at the Dragon Ridge Country Club, which is over in McDonald's Ranch. So southeastern, go in through the gates, it's there. So it's very posh, it's just an awesome opportunity. I've already got my tickets, hint, 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 it's a good opportunity for everybody else to dress up and go. And it's like, what day is it?
December 7th.
December 7th.
So that would be a Thursday.
Is it Thursday or Friday?
No, it'd be a Friday, because the
Yeah.
3rd's a Monday.
So I don't drink, and so I won't leave anybody stranded there, okay? If you go and you get drunk, you know, I'm happy to take you home, just let you all know. All right, any questions on that? Okay, so real quick, I wanna talk about something a little more personal. Those of you, some of you know, some of you don't know. Jody's not with us anymore. Jody was always going to be finishing on Friday. However, there was an episode that happened in the office on Tuesday
Yeah.
while we were at Bold, and so the decision was to just let her go, because Craig has a zero tolerance. So unfortunately, she's not with us, which is why it was a little difficult for us to get back into some of these systems and find some of these things. We wish her all the best. She's been compensated, and she's off to her thing. It's without going into details, which I don't even know anyways, so it's irrelevant. I think that there were some heavy personal burdens on her with her family, and she just took the opportunity on Tuesday with nobody around to dive into those personal problems. Unfortunately, leadership at the office knew what was happening. We had some of the agents in the office see what was happening, and so even if I wanted to help her, I couldn't, just because we have to hold a standard of zero tolerance. So we wish her all the best. Everything is good. There's no problems, and she'll go and take care of her family and move on. We need to confirm how many people for escape room, because I think she did it at 20.
And we are at 20, that's what we paid for.
Okay, so we're at 20, and does that include all of our pre-licensees? So the way I look at it is, if they sign the independent contractor agreement with the team, they don't have to have a license. I would count them a team member, and they would be invited to go to that.
So, guys, sometime today, and tell your people, like Arsenio and all, you guys, listen up really quick. Come and see Ross or myself in the office to come in and write your name, RSVP, tell your people, pre-licensing people to come, that way we have a head count on who's gonna come, okay?
I'll be
That
there.
way, if we have to, I don't want to know now, I wanted to know after. Most of you guys know, if you guys are gonna let me, you guys have to email me, but go and talk to Ross or myself, like I said, after the meeting. And make sure that you guys sign in that you will be there. Now remember, that is not, the escape room is not your +1. After the after party is your +1.
Right.
The escape room is just our family, our
organization,
company,
yep.
yeah.
Okay?
Okay?
And do not be late. In fact, we should plan on going, what time
Yeah,
is the
then
escape
Starts
room?
at 6.
6.
Oh, it's 6 to 7, right? Okay, so get
Yeah.
at
So
5:30.
be there at 5:45, 5:30, 5:45.
If I can
Alright.
get there with traffic after Bowls.
Okay, we'll be there at 5:30 then.
We'll
Hold
finish
over
at
at
3:30,
3:30.
you have an hour
Have you seen the traffic?
It doesn't
So I
take
intend
us.
to just hang out over in the Henderson area.
Is it in Henderson?
They're saying it's near the airport, so I'll just come up.
I would offer up my house, but I already have a house full.
I'm just probably gonna hang out at a Starbucks for a while, make some
Yeah.
calls, do some stuff. Anybody's willing to hang out with me,
Can I
that's
add one more
fine.
thing on there?
Yep.
On Friday, guys, I want to, how can I say this, worded the right way? Thank you for not bothering Craig throughout the day. I don't know if you got Brenda and I were trying to keep the office afloat along with Arsenio, so thank you guys for that, for coming to us first. Remember that our goal is to be there for you guys. If we can't answer the questions, then we go to him. Okay, so, and not that he's not available for you guys, but if he needs a time off to go and take care of his personal stuff or meetings or whatever, we don't want you guys, unless it's an emergency. Does that make sense? So thank you for doing that on Friday, but Our goal is for everybody to stay on Friday to continue our business, because no matter what, we are still in business, whether Craig is here or not, okay? So, Arsenio, Brandon, and myself are here for any questions or anything that you guys need, okay?
Yep.
Yeah, I got a lot done on Friday. I appreciate everybody. I worked from home for the majority of the day, and I just got a lot of stuff done that I needed to get done. So it was really purposeful, so I appreciate that. And then about 4 o'clock, my phone started to blow up.
No, my phone started blowing.
So you had a good time until 4.
No, I was busy. I mean, I got up to 6:30 in the morning. Like, you guys saw emails and stuff from me. For me, it's my challenge is I surround myself with a whole bunch of high eyes, and they'll walk into the space and go, hey, real quick, hey, just a second, hey, and I'm not a high I, I'm a high D, and so I move from place to place with one thing on my brain. Go do this now, get it done, fix it, move it. So, like, you guys think sometimes I'm rude. I walk into a space and you're talking to me, I'm just ignoring you, because I'm focused on this, because I don't have that mind, like I don't have that capacity to do 3 or 4 things at once.
We are used to that.
Well, you're right,
Yeah,
but it's who I am.
Yeah.
And I get 50 things a day that all have to be addressed, so I just have to, it's almost like a mental checkbox.
It's just the thing, like we see you, like, oh, let's try to catch him before he's
I know.
gone.
I know. And the best thing to do is, you go to Amelia, Brandon, and Arsenio and say, this is something to do, or Patty even for that matter. Patty, get your ass back to the seat. Look at that. A lot of these things could be a quick little WhatsApp to Patty. Hey, how do I do this? It could be Brandon. Hey, how do I talk to this person? This morning I walked in, they were having a conversation about a repair request. That was awesome. You know, I didn't have to get involved in the details.
Yeah.
So that's really important. And everybody grows by that.
Yeah.
You know, everybody grows. So, alright, escape room, we're good.
Yeah.
Christmas party, we're good. After party, we're good. Next,
And the holiday auction.
holiday auction. So let's talk about that. November 29th, 5 to 7 is the holiday auction. I will not be here.
Craig has important matters to attend to.
I will be in Austin, Texas. You all know that. I have the opportunity to meet with Gary Keller. So.
No, Gary Keller's meeting with you.
Whatever works for you, I agree. So here's what I want, and we're gonna wrap up the meeting with this. I would love everybody in this room and all of the agents who aren't on to at least give me one question. I'm meeting with the man himself. I expect to go in there with a list
Why the
of
cap is
questions.
so high?
For me, it's not. I did the math once. If I was at Berkshire Hathaway, I would have paid $170,000 last year in commission splits.
Not talking about your side, I'm talking about.
But it's relevant.
Yeah.
It would be the same. In 2 years from now, when you're making more money than I did, it's gonna be the same problem.
Yeah.
So, but write those questions. Okay, write them out and I will ask them. So everybody send me at least one question that is worthy of Gary Keller answering.
Do you want to email to you?
Yeah.
I need to go home and take
Or
a
email them to
shower.
Ross, and Ross will put them all in a list for me. Okay?
The holiday auction, Craig's going to be leaving me his checkbook, so we will be,
I am in control of that.
So, what is the cap on the plan?
On the plant?
Yeah.
7 something. right?
Give us a cap.
I would say if it gets to $1,000, then I'll put it in my office.
Yeah, there's a plant that goes around that's at Hayden's office right now.
I paid $400 to have it sit in Hayden's office all year.
that's so funny. It's like the ugliest plant.
Just the one that's on the ground. Yeah.
How much did you pay for that plant?
Huh?
How much did you pay for that plant?
$400.
You paid $400 to buy it and you paid.
No, it's been passed around for a couple of years.
It's an auction.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
You
So-
pay
so
It's
no,
a
no,
giant
I get
plant.
it. About 5.
Yeah.
That ugly ass plant. Okay.
Yeah. But if they want the plant to go into my office, because that's probably where this is gonna go this year, I want them up to $1,000.
So we're bidding them until up to 1,000.
Use your judgment and make sure you, and trust me, it might go in your office.
Do I have the rights to your checkbook?
No,
Up to 1,000?
no, but I might be able to phone in.
He'll have the phone, but it'll be like a car.
Gary's like, I'll do 1,000.
Yeah. Ask Gary how much he's willing to put in.
Gary, I need your help. All right, so I'm out. So 30th, from 9 to 1, I'm going to be going through a lab, which is the consumer platform. So basically, you look at our Team Tiffy, the front end where the clients get to. We're going to be labbing on that. So we're going to be dissecting it, building it, putting it all together.
So is it called Labs or Command?
The system is called Command. The lab is how they build it and engineer it and break it down. And
So will
There's
they
a
test it?
question. When the hell is Command coming out, Gary?
I've been on Command for 2 weeks already.
Oh.
Yeah.
I wish I would have known that.
Everybody got an email from the market center. I wish you would have
I
checked
don't
it.
look at the market center's emails.
So are you dissecting Team
They
Tiffy?
send me
or
15
Keller
a day.
Williams?
I'm dissecting Keller Williams.
Okay.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, I'm on, so connect.command.com, and you can get in, log in with your KW username and password. I'm already on it, I've already put ad spend on,
Better
Ed
than
and I have
Brevity?
masterminded around it already.
Is it better than Brevity?
It is not even close to it right now, cause
It's an early access. Oh, yes.
we're playing with something that looks like a napkin compared to like a quilted blanket.
Okay. That's.
I mean, it's, there's nothing there yet.
I like that analogy
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, think of a napkin,
Does Kelly connect
and
to
then think
it?
of a quilted blanket.
Does Kelly connect to it?
I haven't seen the connection to it yet. Okay, anything else? Q&A?
Yes,
Yes?
we have real talk tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and we got real talk tomorrow. Any other questions? So tomorrow, I expect a full house. If you have a Team Tiffy shirt, please wear it, otherwise dress up. Make sure you have your name tag on, look sharp, be available. Ross, you weren't here for the last one, right?
No. we wasn't.
So here's what I'd like. You're gonna intro it, just like you did last week. I've already sent you the
Yes, I already got
the
it.
stuff. I would like for you to make sure that we have the easel put out there. Somebody's on the easel. I would recommend that everybody just keep the same jobs that they've had.
Yep.
So Connor, you, I think, were ushering people in. Ross, you need to get a hold of an escrow company and get notepads. We need to make sure that there are pens, our Team Tiffy pens. So it'll be a December calendar, and on the back of the December calendar, we'll have the
Value for
Team Tiffy value proposition and dialing for dollars for December, the flyer.
So we already have the date.
Then there will be a notepad on top of that, and then there will be a pen next to that. On all of these, and then I would have, let's get rid of all the chairs on the sides. Let's make sure that those tables are also placed, and then stack all the rest of the chairs. And the team knows to unstack the chairs as people are coming in and there's no space. Tomorrow morning, I'll set up the front, I'll put the books and all that stuff out there. We need to make sure that we are recording the event. And I have a quick little 10:30 video that I have to do with Marcus. He's interviewing me, that he's gonna put on social media or something. And tomorrow we have Melissa Machat from Five Doors. She's going to be sitting with me. Ed is not, Ed's out of town. So that'll be interesting because she is with Seth Campbell, who has the largest expansion network in all of Keller Williams. So it'll be good to listen to her story and what she and her team does. So I expect it to be a good day. Do we know what food Marcus is bringing?
No.
Okay. I'd like to get a little clear on that, just so we know, and then he's gonna set it up out there.
Mark is usually pretty good at what he brings, but,
Okay.
we'll talk.
Does anybody have any questions? The rest of you just be available. How can you help? If you don't have a name tag, if you don't have temporary business cards, get some from Ross today. Because I don't want anybody running around at the last minute tomorrow. It is a 3-hour event and it gets a little intense for 3 hours. There's a lot of people here. So let's just make sure that we're ready to go on it. Okay?
On the help, guys, when we're done and everybody's being sent over to the bullpen, let's make sure that some of us stay behind and help, because some of us have to be out there talking, getting information. So let's be a team and put everything back for the next team or whoever's gonna come use the training center, okay? So let's help out on that.
Okay, any other questions? All right, guys, What's the job of a real estate agent?
Lead gen.
Lead follow-up, appointments, negotiate, and
Role play.
Role play.
That's it. That's our job. That's what we gotta focus on. Have a happy Thanksgiving, have a good time. Let's be bold.
Wait, picture.
Oh yeah, we need a picture. Patty needs a photo of all of us.
Ah, son of a gun, Patty. Is Patty gonna be in on it? We're gonna hold her face up?
We will Photoshop her in.
I like that.
So let's switch back to the team.
Everybody say cheese!
Thank you, Rob.
Ross is gonna take the photo. Apparently he knows how to use a camera. Even though it looks
Yeah,
like
photographer.
it looks like he's missing a lens.
A real one. Where should I stand? I feel like I can stand under on her. Literally.
So tall people in the back, short people in the front, get closer in together.
Little people.
Closer in on the side.
Closer, guys.
Where are you standing, Craig?
Did you know his head is in the light as well?
I don't know.
Get a little bit closer.
Come on, Mitch.
Mitch, come
Not
on,
very
Mitch.
photogenic. It's okay. You're.
Come on,
you're
Mitch.
Right here.
There we go.
We should
You just get a
carry
little bit
the
closer
laptop.
into.
And are we in the way with the light? Like, do you see the light on people's faces?
Not really.
Everybody take one step forward. There you go.
Great.
It's like a 10-legged
Better?
Awesome. Alright, 3, 2, 1, cheese. Take one more. Alright.
I can breathe. And I think I'm.
Good job,
He didn't
everyone.
say
All
1,
right.
2, 3, hold your
Thanks,
breath.
everybody.
On the chain.
You see Ross?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
It's terrible, I look fat.
So open houses on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, this week is Friday, Black Friday. So a lot of people are gonna get up early and
That's
are
cute.
gonna go work the rest of the day. So there's an opportunity to have more people come in. And if I wanna do an open house